And good afternoon. I'm Steve Brown, clerk of the Salem School Board, and today we will be doing the certification of the Board of Canvassers for the school board election that was held this past Tuesday on April 6th. And I'm joined today by Don Revelle and Pamela Llewellyn. And before we actually start this process, which is a formal process, and we do follow the state guidelines and also the guidelines of the Wisconsin Election Commission. I'll do the oath of office. I'll do it first with Don Revelle. So Don, if you would please stand. I state your name.
Don Revelle.
Having been elected or appointed to the office of Board of Canvassers,
Having been elected to the office of Board of Canvassers,
Salem School District,
Salem School District,
but have not yet entered upon the duties thereof,
who have not yet entered the duties thereof,
swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin,
and the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of said office
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of said office
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability,
So help me God.
so help me God.
Very good. Now have you signed this? Here, you sign right there. Very good, and then I will sign here. Okay. If you raise your right hand, Pamela. I, Pamela Llewellyn,
I, Pamela Llewellyn,
having been elected or appointed to the office of Board of Canvassers,
having been elected or appointed to the Board of
the
Canvassers,
Salem School District,
the Salem School District,
but have not yet entered upon the duties thereof,
but have not yet entered upon the duties of thereon,
swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin,
and the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of said office to the best of my ability.
and I will
Faithfully discharge the
faithfully
duties.
discharge the duties of said office to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Very good, thank you. And if you would just sign right there, please. Okay, very good, thank you.
Thank you.
I will sign right here. Okay, excellent. So our process will be, I will first go through all of the tickets that we have from the Village of Bristol, the Village of Paddock Lake, and the Village of Salem Lakes. I will be writing down the totals for our candidates, and there were 3 candidates on the ballot: Ted Gergen, Jack Nicolai, and Nick Poloni. After I do that, I will then pass it on to Don, and Don will do the same process. And I will sign. After I go through the numbers, I will sign on the sheet. Then Don will do the same thing, and we will confirm the numbers. And then Pamela will do the same thing with the same. And then after we all sign it and date it, then we will do the certification as the Board of Canvassers for our election. Okay. So for those of you watching, this is a legal constitutional process that we are doing. So I will first start with the Village of Bristol. And that's in the first envelope. Okay. And I'm going to read off the numbers as I write these in for the Village of Bristol. For Nick Poloni, he has 23. And by the way, this is from Ward 7 in the Village of Bristol. For Jack Nicolai, 23. and for Ted Gergen, 21. And there were a total of three write-in votes. And I will add up the total number. And there's a total of 70. Okay. And I will put these back in the envelope, and then after I'll do all three of these. Right? I'll do all three or do them separately? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Diane, for that. So I will then pass this on to Dawn. Thank you. Thank you.
It's okay.
And I'll give you this sheet here. And then Dawn will do that for the village of Bristol.
And do I need to confirm that I'm doing it for Bristol?
Yes.
Okay. And I am confirming that these are the vote totals for Bristol, Ward number 7. And Nick Poloni did receive 23 votes. Jack Nicolai received 23 votes. Ted Gergen received 21. And a total of 3 write-ins. For a total of 70 votes.
Okay. Now you give that over to Pamela.
All right, I'm verifying the elections results from the Village of Bristol for
Ward 7.
what way am I? So what is that?
Towards the bottom, I think.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Right.
So for Ward 7, so we have Nick Poloni has 23 votes. Jack Nicolai has 23 votes. And Ted Gergen has 21 votes with with 3 write-ins. And there's a total of 70 votes cast.
Okay, excellent.
So she wrote in that one. So we're gonna have to.
Yeah. Okay, that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna cross through on the village of Paddock Lake. And,
Oh, so I didn't need to write in anything. I was just.
So you're just gonna check off
yeah,
his numbers.
Okay.
just verify. So if you could just
I will
initial,
absolutely.
if you just put an initial on all those columns there, including at the bottom, if you could please, and then, and we'll just write in the numbers now for, the village of Paddock Lake. Okay, very good, thank you. Okay, now for the village of Paddock Lake. And these are wards 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. So I'm looking at the tickets now. And just so you know, these are the tickets for the entire election for all of the offices, from state school superintendent and all the other elections that were held. And looking here at the Salem School Board. Okay, number to vote for 3. I'll make sure I have this all correct here. Okay. Okay, this is for the village of Paddock Lake for wards 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. For Nick Poloni, 297. For Jack Nicolai, 321. For Ted Gergen, 283. And there were a total of 7 write-in votes. And I will add up these numbers here. Let me add these up again just to make sure. Total of 908. For the village of Paddock Lake for wards 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. And I will now pass this on to Dawn, and you'll just verify those numbers. And,
Thank you.
sure, thank you.
Okay, and I'm verifying the number of votes for the village of Paddock Lake, wards 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. That Nick Poloni received 297 votes. Jack Nicolai received 321 votes. And Ted Gergen received 283 votes, with a total of 7 write-ins. And I agree that there were a total of 908 votes.
I'm verifying the votes for the village of Paddock Lake for wards 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. For Nick Poloni, 297 votes. Jack Nicolai, 321 votes. Ted Gorgon, 283 votes. And a total of 7 write-in votes. And I verify that there was 908 votes total.
Very good, thank you. And what I will do at the conclusion, I do have a new certification of the Board of Canvassers sheet. I will transfer these numbers onto the new sheet.
Thank you.
We will all sign the new sheet, just so you know. And now for the village of Salem Lakes, which is the largest of the areas with the election, with the numbers, I should say. Okay. And for the Village of Salem Lakes, we're looking at wards 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I'm just double checking all the other, just to make sure. These other wards do not have any votes for any of our candidates. And let me just double check here again, this last one. Okay. Okay, I'm showing here for Nick Poloni on these two tickets, 458 votes for Nick Poloni on the first one, and 225 votes for Nick Poloni on the second one. So I will add those two together. And let me just double check something here. Okay. And on the second ticket, Nick Poloni, 225, so I'll add those two together. 458 on the first ballot, and on the second ticket, rather, for Nick Poloni, 225. For a total of 683. And let me just do that one more time. 458 plus 225 for a total of 683. For Jack Nikolai, 476 plus 234 for a total of 710. And for Ted Gergen, on the first ticket, 478. And on the second ticket, 215 for a total of 693. So we'll verify this, then after we verify this, and we'll verify the numbers going across for the totals. Okay, this is why we keep these separate here. And I'm gonna give you these other two that have zeros, just so you can verify that as well.
Did you add it up? Did
Okay?
you add it up going down? The total?
Oh, no, I did not. Thank you. I will add up the total. Thank you.
And there were no write-ins.
What?
There were no write-ins for
Oh.
that one.
Yeah, thank you. There were. There were a total of 24 write-ins. On that one, thank you for mentioning that. And one write-in on this one. So total of 25 write-ins. Thank you. Now I will add them up going down. 693 for Ted Gergen. 710 for Jack Nikolai. 683 for Nick Poloni. And 25 write-ins for a total of 2,111. And let me add them up one more time. 693 plus 710 plus 683 plus 25 equals 2,111. That would give you these. Then after we do all this, I'll transfer all the new numbers to the new sheet, just so you know.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Okay. And I am confirming that on the first ticket for the Village of Salem Lakes, wards 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, that Nick Poloni received 458 votes, and on the second one, 225 votes. For a total of 600, let me just do that one more time. 458 plus 220. For a total of 683. Oh, okay, 683, which is confirmed. For Jack Nikolai on the first ticket, there were 476 votes, and on the second ticket, 234. For a total of 710. And for Ted Gergen on the first ticket, 478 votes. On the second ticket, 215 votes, for a total of 693. And the write-in votes, 17. There were 24 write-ins on the first ticket, and 1 on the second for a total of 25. And the 693 plus 710 plus 683 and the 25 write-in votes equals 2,111.
All right, I'm verifying the votes for the Village of Salem Lakes, wards 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, for Nick Poloni, there's 225 votes plus 458 votes. For a total of 683 votes. Jack Nicolai, 234 votes plus 476 votes for a total of 710 votes. Ted Gorgon, 215 votes plus 478 for a total of 693 votes. Write-in votes, we have 1 and 24, so a total of 25. So I have 693 votes plus 710 plus 683 plus 25 for a total of 2,111 votes.
Excellent, thank you. So I will secure these tickets for Salem and the other tickets. And now what I will do on this sheet here before I transfer them to the new sheet with the numbers, rather than have the one where we crossed out an initial, I'm going to add these across and then we'll verify them. We'll all verify them. And then once these are verified, then I'll transfer them onto this sheet. And then we'll verify the new sheet since everything's on this sheet. Okay? And then I'll read the statements. So in looking at, for Ted Gergen for the Village of Bristol, a total of 21 votes. For the Village of Paddock Lake, 283 votes. For the Village of Salem Lakes, 693. For a total of 997 votes. For Jack Nicolai for the Village of Bristol, 23 votes. Village of Paddock Lake, 321 votes. And for the Village of Salem Lakes, 710 votes. Verify that one more time. For a total of 1,054 votes. And for Nick Poloni, for the Village of Bristol, 23 votes. Village of Paddock Lake, 297 votes. Village of Salem Lakes, 683 votes. And let me just verify that number again. For a total of 1,003, 1003. And then I'll total the write-ins. I will not forget the write-ins this time. And we have 3 for the Village of Bristol, 7 for the Village of Paddock Lake, and 25 for the Village of Salem Lakes, for a total of 35. And then I will do the grand total. 997 for Ted Gergen, 1,054 for Jack Nicolai, 1,000. Do this again. And then 1,003 for Nick Poloni, and then 35 for write-in, 35 for write-ins. Let me just verify that one more time. For a grand total of 3,089. So we'll now verify these numbers across and down, and then we'll transfer them on after we verify them. The 3 of us verify them, we'll transfer them onto the final sheet
Okay.
and sign off on that after we verify that.
So I am confirming that Ted Gergen received 21 votes for the Village of Bristol, 283 votes for the Village of Paddock Lake, and 693 votes for the Village of Salem Lakes. It keeps going off on me. For a total of 997 votes. And for Jack Nicolai, 23 votes for the Village of Bristol, 321 votes for the Village of Paddock Lake, 710 votes for the Village of Salem Lakes, for a total of 1,054 votes. Nick Poloni, 23 votes for the Village of Bristol, 297 for the Village of Paddock Lake, 683 for the Village of Salem Lakes, for a total of 1,003. The write-ins for Bristol totaled 3, 7 for the Village of Paddock Lake, and 25 for the Village of Salem Lakes, for a total of 35. So the total for all candidates of 997 for Ted Gergen, 1,054 for Jack Nicolai, and 1,003 for Nick Poloni, plus the 35 write-in votes for a total of 3,089.
Okay. Now what I'm going to do is transfer these numbers onto
I
the
need to
form.
see it, yeah. I haven't done
Oh,
it.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
No, sorry. No,
She wants her camera time.
Stop it.
please, just take your time.
All right. All right, for Ted Gorgon, for the Village of Bristol, I had 21 votes. Village of Paddock Lake, 283 votes. And the Village of Salem Lakes, 693, for a total of 997 votes. Jack Nicolai, for the Village of Bristol, 23 votes. Village of Paddock Lake, 321. And the Village of Salem Lake, 710. For a total of 1,054 votes. Nick Poloni, Village of Bristol, 23 votes. Village of Paddock Lake, 297. Village of Salem Lake, 683. For a grand total of 1,003 votes. And for the write-ins, Village of Bristol, 3. Village of Paddock Lake, 7. Village of Salem Lakes, 25, for a total of 35 write-in votes. Total votes for the 3 candidates, Ted Gorgon, 997, plus Jack Nicolai's 1,054, and Nick Poloni, 1,003, and 35 write-ins. 3,089. I'm just going to check this bottom too. 70 votes for total for Bristol, Village of Bristol. 908 total for Village of Paddock Lake. And 2,111 for Village of Salem Lakes. And it equals 3,089.
Okay, excellent. Thanks so much.
Yep.
Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer these numbers onto the official sheet, if you will. Have you all, and I'll give both of you both sheets so you can verify those numbers. And then I'll read the final statement and make a final statement, and we will be done.
Sounds good.
Okay, and Dawn, if you would double check those, please.
And then do you want me to sign it after I verify?
Yes, please.
Okay.
You would sign the formal sheet.
Yes.
Please. I'll give it, and then we'll give it back to you, I promise.
Thank you.
Very good, thank you. So I will read the formal statement here on the sheet that Dawn, Pamela, and I have signed. This is a certification of the Board of Canvassers. We, the undersigned, certify that we are the members of the Board of Canvassers for Salem School District. We certify that the tabular statement of votes cast and summary statement of the Board of Canvassers, canvassed and prepared by us, are correct and true as compiled from the original returns made to the Salem School District Clerk. We further determine and certify that the following persons received the greatest and the next to greatest number of votes for the respective office for which each was a candidate on the spring election held on Tuesday, April 6th of 2021. The total number of votes cast for school board members are as follows. And I will read these from the largest number to the smallest number, if you will. Jack Nicolai, 1,054 votes. Nick Poloni, 1,003 votes. Ted Gergen, 997 votes. And there were 35 write-in votes for a total of 3,089 votes. And just for information purposes, the two top vote getters, Jack Nicolai and Nick Poloni, will have a 3-year seat. Ted Gergen will fill the remainder of the seat held by a person who resigned from the board, and he will have a 1-year seat. And that seat will be up for election in the spring of 2022. And this is signed by both Dawn, Pamela, and myself, and dated April 8th, 2021, and it is 1:44 p.m. So, we all in concurrence?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I want to thank all of you for viewing this, and again, we're following the process, and thank you so much. And thanks for everyone who voted. It was most appreciated. Thank you.